right, ladies and gentlemen. Geez, new type put on his hat. I gotta follow suit here. Welcome back to the Holiday Cheer Extravaganza by Cheer League, and with me as always is my co-caster new type. How you doing?
I'm doing great here tonight, Synth, and it is once again tonight. So many afternoon games that I wasn't used to casting. Got my vocabulary all screwed up, but no, we are in the semifinals of the Holiday Cheer Extravaganza, and we've got a wonderful game between two titans of Chair League, Brawls Deep and Squirtle Squad.
Yeah, good old Squirrel Squad, good old Brawls Deep. Very much, like old, like not old players, but like very, very reliably fun to cast, fun to watch players here.
Yeah, these are historic teams in Chair League. Squirtle Squad, one of the very first high-level teams to join, and posting consistent high-level results throughout their time here in Chair League. And Brawls Deep, the stuff of legends within Chair League, have not dropped a set to any team, and are among the favorites to win almost any competition that they're in. So this is good. This is going to be a fun one here tonight. We've got a best of 3 here, and Synth is working on getting the teams organized here, getting the captains together, and figuring out what map we're going to be on here tonight. Any behind the scenes tidbits so far here, Synth? Do we know where we're playing tonight?
No, not at the moment. I'm trying to. I finally found both teams, so we're getting there.
Well, while Synth is doing all the hard work, I'm going to do the lazy, easy stuff and talk about what we're drinking here tonight.
Yeah.
So tonight we have a Breckenridge bourbon, which is actually a blend. I generally kind of shy away from blended whiskeys, but this one's actually been really good, and has won a number of awards this year, I think. So I figure it was a good way to send off 2016 with one of their better bourbons. So cheers to you. Feel free to crack something open for the game tonight. This should be a pretty solid matchup. And we'll have one more. Well, a best of 3 here, and then we'll have a finals later in the evening, as with the winner of this set and the winner of North Arrow versus Miasma Esports, which is also being casted. I'm just going to check real quick here who's got that one.
I believe that's Haloran.
To Lauren? Okay,
yeah,
gotcha.
Our good friend Haloran.
Yeah, no, he's a good lad. So feel free if feel free to drop by over there, say hello. But this should be also a really good set here. So it looks like, not to spoil the surprise, looks like we've got a map pick from our home team, which is Brawls Deep. It's the home teams, or it's the away team, pardon me.
Away teams.
So the away team is picking the map, that's my bad. Mm-hmm. And you wanna unveil this one to us here, buddy?
Yep, it's gonna be Towers of Doom. What a surprise. Actually, I don't know. Is there a certain strategy that we're missing here that we're seeing this more than once? I don't know.
I don't know. But we just finished earlier today Brawls Deep versus USC. And theirs was a best of 1. It was back in the round of 16. And Brawls Deep put on a clinic in on Towers of Doom. So we'll have to see if they feel like they can use the same sort of draft, the same sort of technique, or if they're going to change it up here. We'll just have to see. But the members of the teams, both teams working their way into the lobby here. So, any thoughts initially here, Synth, on what we've seen so far here today?
Well, not to spoil something, but globals should be addressed. We'll see. I mean, oh geez, I'm sorry. There's some fun chat.
We're working. We're working the lobby here. Always a fun time trying to make heads or tails of the teams as they come in here.
Mm-hmm.
But Towers of Doom is an interesting map. You've got a lot of bases you have to cover.
Literally.
Long range, yeah, no, I mean, long range pokes and interrupts can, artificially prolong objective phases. You know, a rigorous push composition can secure those bell towers quickly and either compound your winning, or they can stymie a loss if you're behind. It's an interesting map, and like we said, globals are something that are very rigorously checked on this map. You really want to have globals in your pocket and deny them from your opponent. We see Brightwing consistently picked up on this map. Dahaka consistently picked up on this map. And when he was king of the meta, Falstad was very, very popular on this map.
I mean, he's still pretty popular on this map.
He's super popular on this map. Yeah, no disagreements there. So, as looks like we're getting almost everybody into the lobby here. So, I mean, it's Brawls Deep. There, you can't really discount this team. We can't go in saying like, oh, this is totally in Squirtle Squad's favor. Oh, this is totally in Brawls Deep favor. Both these teams are fantastic, but you got to be feeling that pressure. It's like almost monolithic how good this team is.
Absolutely, yeah. And now Squirrel Squad still is, I don't know, a pro division team. So they are they're going to challenge. They're going to give Brawls Deep a run for their money for sure.
They were according to the seeding, I have to double check exactly how it was done, but they were the 5th seed of this tournament. So they are no joke. And it looks like the draft links are going out to the team captains now. So we should be getting started relatively soon. Both teams with those incredibly sexy card backs for their drafting interface.
Oh, beautiful.
Special props to Super Joba for putting that together so quickly. And, that's going to carry on from here on out. So this will mark all of the teams in this inaugural holiday cheer extravaganza.
Extravaganza, yeah.
Extravaganza.
If you can spell that, you get a point.
It is most extravagant. But this should be fun. And both teams looking for that big grand prize, which is, I believe, a BattleNet card, if I'm not mistaken. $20 BNet gift. Yeah. So we'll have to see who comes away with that. Some of the top 2 teams are going to get a physical holiday card from Super Joba, the man himself, and we'll just have to see who comes away with the prize here.
Yeah. So this is going to be best of 3 between Brawls Deep and Squirrel Squad. If you're just joining us, first map is Towers of Doom, and Dahaka has already been banned by Brawls Deep. Like we said, the global presence still very much in concern, a concern on this map.
Squirtle Squad put into the tough position where they have to address Ragnaros, and Thrall is instead banned by Squirtle Squad.
Oh, are we going to see Ragnaros?
Does Brawls get Rag? Is this actually going to happen? They go with Zarya.
What?
Holy cow. My be still my beating heart.
Oh,
I'm equal parts shocked and amazed.
Okay.
Ragnaros picked up swiftly by Squirtle Squad. We see Zarya picked up initially by Brawls Deep, and Diablo. So Squirtle Squad is really going for the heavy lifters of the current patch. Diablo soaring since his recent rework, and Ragnaros has been the talk of the town, to put it gently and simply, since his release.
The new hot thing?
The new hotness.
Let's insert all of the heat related.
It's going to be... Yeah, it's going to be lava pluns all around.
All right, hold on. Are we going to see the same draft?
This looks rather familiar.
I mean, are we going to see Brightwing here?
Done their homework here and looked at previous games, because if you're watching this, if you watch this from the archives, you may think to yourself, wait a minute, I think I clicked the wrong game, because this draft looks almost identical to Brawls Deep's draft, and there's a deviation. So Malfurion picked up by Brawls Deep may be, I think they may be looking for a Twilight Dream to incapacitate Ragnaros at close range. He is technically a melee assassin with a handful of ranged abilities. He's got the lava wave. He's got the sulfurous alt. He's got the meteorite bowling ball W ability. But at his core, he's a melee assassin. So interrupting those abilities
at his molten
could
core.
be. Yeah, he's got the molten core too. ATC is banned by Squirtle Squad. They want to lock down sort of the hard tanks and force Brawls Deep potentially into a less optimal tank choice. Zarya, as we saw previously, they are comfortable with a solo tank Zarya, but will they play that card against Squirtle Squad is a question that needs to be asked.
Well, we'll have to see. I mean, you got to flip the cards to see if they play the cards. But the other band should be a healer. I mean, ideally, you want to sort of limit out the healers in this comp. And I would say Ariel.
I wouldn't be surprised with Brightwing, but Ariel would be a good pick too.
Yeah, because the follow-up from Diablo's charge, Ario's you can position Ario such that she knocks them back even further, but they're going to ban out Vala. Okay.
He's banned by Brawls Deep. I mean, Vala's just got so much damage, and I feel like with a Diablo frontliner, it's so difficult to get to the backline. He's so beefy. He's so tanky now. I mean, with Tychus in their pocket, Brawls Deep has got to feel good about, shredding the Diablo at the very least. And Ragnaros has a fair HP pool as well. He's got one of the highest melee assassin HP pools in the game, actually. I think he's second only to the Butcher. So don't discount the HP. Ariel is picked up. We discussed this about how good she can be. I mean, if Diablo gets a good charge, puts someone into a wall, the immediate follow-up of a detainment strike could lock someone down for 3-4 seconds if Diablo follows up with his subsequent cooldown. So really good potential here.
Would you dare say it was a... oh, crap, I lost the pun. Damn it.
No! Oh, my God.
Would you dare say they were putting somebody in a corner there? Never mind. That was too late. I lost the pun, and it's been... fumbled, completely fumbled.
It's gone. No, you dropped it.
I dropped the ball.
You dropped the ball. But Diablo can pick the ball up and suplex it, so we're
geez.
looking for him to find it again.
What
Squirtle
happens?
Squad,
I have a question. What happens when Diablo suplexes Ragnaros? Do you see the underside of Ragnaros? Like, does he have feet?
That is classified information.
Because he has feet in that Firelands encounter, and that was really weird when he uproots himself and he has little fire feet.
It's like that's like asking if the bride if a bride at a wedding has feet. You just basically never see it during the ceremony. Gul'dan picked up by Squirtle Squad, and I like this choice with Ariel and with Ragnaros. They have frontline presence. They have consistent backline presence. They've got AoE. They've got a little bit of everything at this time. Squirtle Squad drafting really solidly here. I am curious what their last pick is because I feel like they've got very strong contenders in almost every slot. Maybe a second frontliner.
Sonya? Is it time to... No, Sonya...
I don't think so.
The problem with the frontliner is... So Thrall's banned out. They have Tychus. Do you go for somebody who has, virtual HP? Do you go for, Tyrael? Do you go for...
It's a good question.
Shieldy?
Brawls Deep going really heavy into their reserve time pool. They are running out of time. They have to make a decision now. And they decide they go with Zeratul.
And
this
Abathur
draft is I mean it's like we've gone back in time.
I mean we'll probably see Crunk Juice on Tychus. We'll see who's FC Ignition on Abathur, and if there's an Abathur.
Well,
here.
if there's an Abathur, yeah, this we could be going back to the future here. We'll find out. Brawls Deep expending their last few seconds of their time, and they go with Murden instead. So they go with a hard tank instead of the kind of quirky Abathur that we saw last game they played. And let's see what have they got. So I mean, it was solo tank Zarya and Abathur. They really were counting on being able to manage that early game, and they did so.
Which is interesting because the pro gamers, the actual pro teams, always ban out Abathur on this map. So I don't know if that
Well,
counts as quirky.
I mean, Abathur. I guess the only question I would have, and Brightwing is the final pickup. So
Oh.
double support. I feel like Abathur is fantastic on this map, but you have to play the map a very specific way.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, with these two teams being at the highest caliber, they know what they're doing. But with Brightwing and Ariel, see here. So
well, the thing was, I was actually going to suggest that they might pick up Tassadar as their final pick because Tassadar would benefit greatly from Ariel, main providing the backup healing and Tassadar providing the engagement healing.
With so giving Diablo that extra shields when he goes in, giving Ragnaros those extra shields when they go in.
Yeah,
but Brightwing's
passive. I mean,
similar.
And you know what the thing is, Brightwing also provides soak. On this particular map, doing a split soak, allowing for a 4-1 split is actually really, really helpful. And that's what Abathur did on the previous match on this map. And
another critical factor for the Brightwing is it gives them a secondary peel for Ariel against the Zeratul. So Diablo's going to be messing people up in the front lines. Ideally, he's not going to be in the back line looking to defend his own supports. And with Zeratul on the map, Zeratul is going to be hunting for Gul'dan. They're going to be hunting for Ariel. And, with Muradin's potential, dive, with his ability to dwarf toss into that back line, you're looking at a lot of damage that could be heaped onto those backliners very quickly. And Brightwing can help mitigate that with an Emerald Wind. They can mitigate that with a Polymorph. And I think that's a smart pickup, honestly. It helps let the frontliners do their thing without too much concern for the backline getting ravaged by the potential dive from Brawls Deep.
Now, here's the thing, though. Brawls Deep has a lot of HP on their team, other than Zeratul, of course. Zarya, Muradin, Tychus are not ones to be picked off easily from any sort of frontline pressure. The front line's only going to be there to serve as defending the captures of the point. So this is actually a different strategy than we've seen in the past. We're looking at Ragnaros rather than being a let's say assassin, if you will. He's going to be more of a specialist role, I think, in this particular instance, pushing maybe and harassing the front line.
Well, the question that's on my mind right now is: do you go for the lava wave, or do you go for the sulfurous hammer?
Yeah,
I mean that's a guaranteed interrupt with the ladder. If you're in a sticky situation where your team is got to interrupt one of those altar spawns, do you go for it? So in the blue corner here on the left hand side, let's introduce these teams. We got Brawls Deep, we got FZ Ignition on Zarya, we got Crunk Juice on Muradin, the Next Slash on Zeratul, Special T on Tychus, and Tiger on Malfurion. In the red corner on the right hand side, we have Squirtle Squad. We got Cripsy on Ariel, Swabs Magoo on Ragnaros, Too Slim on Diablo, Ember on Brightwing, and Revolve to Solve on Gul'dan.
Yep. So let's take a look real quick. The esports is going on here in mid, and there's going to be actually a fight going on here because it's a 5-on-5.
And they're going at it. Special T kind of isolated, sort of behind enemy lines there. Has got to hustle out and does so successfully. No kills yet. FC Ignition sort of off in the middle on their own. But no worse for wear, just building up that Zarya charge. It's the Next Slash barely blinking out in time there, though. So both teams very close with, Brawls Deep taking a little bit, worse of the of that exchange. But no one's dead, no harm, no foul.
Oh, and Special T. Yeah, Special T really, a second later and he would have been dead. That 4-man rotation coming in from mid. He pulls back just in time to avoid getting hit by that 4-man rotation. But Tiger really in a dangerous situation and taken down there by that dangerous 4-man rotation. Yeah. So this is what I was talking about. Brightwing in the off lane in the 4-1 split here. And these early deaths are indicative of that particular comp.
Yeah. Brawls Deep does strike back, picking off the Gul'dan. in mid lane there. And we are seeing Zarya go for the Q build again. Seems to be a favorite of FC Ignition on this map. And we'll just see how these teams play out this altar phase. Generally, what you will see is the globals handle the top 2 altars in this first phase, and the majority of the teams scrap over the last leftover altar, which in this case is in bot lane. But we see Ember in position already to cap the altar on the right-hand side. And we see Special T instead in position in bot lane to handle bot lane. Scrap goes down in the middle near the middle altar, though. FC Ignition sort of stuck, but a huge detainment strike on Crunch Juice chunks him for a substantial amount of damage. Both members of Brawls Deep withdraw. A little worse for where FC Ignition is going to have to be. But that is 2 shots actually going in favor of Brawls Deep. 1 shot going to Squirtle Squad here.
That was very interesting. It was really, really good on Brawls Deep's side to be able to survive a 4-2 engagement there with Malfurion just barely making it in time to save their lives. But a little bit of a ambush, get it? Going on here.
Yeah, they want Special T, and they might get him. Cripsy misses the detainment strike, though, and that is 1 live Tychus. He's going to be able to get away safely. Tiger comes in to top him off, and they turn instead on the Gul'dan. Fantastic roots from Tiger, locking that kill in. And, Toon Slim is barely going to make it out, and no, he's not. Finished off by one of those Q bubbles from FC Ignition.
Yeah, those Q particle grenades are killer, man. I've definitely seen Brawls Deep. Now, it was not FC Ignition playing Zarya last game, if I remember correctly.
I don't think so. I think you're right.
But they are both using
Yeah,
they are both using them to using Zarya to very good effect. Using that particle grenade really as a last hitter, or just saving it for. You're not initiating with it. You're saving it for extra damage.
And another great route onto Diablo. Toon Slim has got to hustle out Cripsy with no heal, and that is 1 dead Dibbles in a altar spawning in 12 seconds here. They are not going to be up in time. Gul'dan as well goes down, and Brawls Deep so far in the driver's seat here with a full level lead. They have their level 7 talents. Nothing too surprising. Cleanse picked up by Malfurion. Ironforged Momentum is picked up by Muradin, so lots of Qs, lots of Ws going to be coming out from him. But that's a free altar for FC Ignition and Brawls Deep, and they are going to further increase their lead here from to 36 to 28.
Yep, and they're also going to pick up the offensive camp there, and Toon Slim really taking a lot of damage as
he's gotta watch those. He's gotta watch those pushes. That's another kill on Diablo, and no souls to back up. Ember tries to port in to save Diablo there, but at the end of the day, it's just another body on the pile. As that's 2 kills in favor for Brawls Deep.
And Swab Sagu is also going to get picked up here. Really, just taking a lot of damage from that escape, and doing a poor job at being a tank. Because after all, Ragnaros is not a tank.
Yeah. I mean, this raid boss does not require 40 people to kill him. So fantastic combos from Brawls Deep, locking down that Ragnaros. Malfurion roots. We saw Tychus Grenade further interrupt movement, and we also saw the Muradin leap in, I believe, with the W to further slow down that Ragnaros and really lock in that kill. Excellent teamwork there from Brawls Deep.
Yeah, and one other thing is Brightwing actually has the cleanse because of the way that because Ario doesn't have cleanse on 7. Brightwing is actually their only cleanse for the Malfurion roots. So we'll have to see if Ember is able to come in time for a lot of these engagements, because that cleanse is going to be pretty important in order to save their lives.
And that's big, because you're giving up Mystified or Phase Shield at 7 to have access to that cleanse. I mean, having a big fat shield on teleport is huge for some of these melee engagers like Diablo or Ragnaros. So they're giving up a bit there to have cleanse on that Brightwing. Brawls Deep pushing bot lane very hard, and Swabs Magoo does pop the Molten Core to save that fort. So we're seeing Ragnaros using that ability defensively, able to save the day there and prevent Brawls Deep from potentially getting any more extra damage from these shots. And with level 11 in hand for Brawls Deep versus level 9 on Squirtle Squad, it's going to be very difficult for them to contest, and they do not even attempt to. Both altars there were picked up, and it is 20 to 36 now.
Yeah, so I think Squirtle Squad's hoping for a late game comeback here. They're really...
Right now, they really desperately need one. Level 10 is picked up by them. Rag immediately drops a Flame Wave in the middle lane. Next Slash barely bolts out in time. And a Emerald Wind looks to kind of push this away. They're going to try and disengage this and come back and fight another day, is Squirtle Squad. But I'm going to take a peek here, see if there's any unusual... Yeah, no surprising ultimates. Apocalypse is still on the table, has not been used. There it is. Toon Slim, however, does not get the stun on FC Ignition and does not subsequently get the overpower to combo with that Apocalypse. So that's an unfortunate miss there, but they are getting poked down so low by FC Ignition and those darn particle grenades. They are so dangerous.
Yeah, sorry. I had to adjust a few levels here midway through that.
Not a problem. No, that was so Brawls Deep. They got enough out of that engagement there in mid. They decide to back off, go home. But
this is really...
Squad. Yeah, this is really cheeky. This is a gutsy move here. Crunk Juice gets overpowered by Diablo, gets tossed back into the team, but no worse for wear. He's Muradin. He's just going to heal right back up in a handful of seconds here. That is irritating as all hell. And so both teams, Squirtle Squad has got to find a way to retreat here. They are in enemy territory, trying that cheeky pumpkin steal, but Toon Slim has got to hustle out. They're very dangerously low. Crunk Juice does fall. Twilight Dream is popped. It catches 3-4 men, and it is a back and forth fight here with a slight edge to Squirtle Squad. The members are dangerously low, though.
Yeah, Toon Slim somehow survived through all of that after that. That was a killer engagement coming out of Cripsy. Really good job.
I can't believe he made it. I can't believe Toon Slim walked away from that fight.
Cripsy, Crystal Aegis just in time with like a sliver of health left, and she was able to heal him up right out of the Crystal Aegis as well, and it was fantastic. That was exactly. But Toon Slim, oh my gosh!
Oh no! Face check in the bush. He pushes Mouth into the boss, and the boss is popped, is angry, and starts hurling green things at people. That is never a good sign. And the next Slash, it looks like there was an accidental DC. A pause is called for. And yeah. So both teams trading that last altar phase 1-for-1. And unfortunately, the pause is in my way now. I believe it's 16 HP for Squirtle Squad. And is it 26? Let me see here. 30. Yeah, it'd be 28. Excuse me. For Brawls Deep. All right, FC Ignition's indicated that next Slash is back, and it looks like we're going to be starting right back up. No harm, no foul.
And luckily, Zeratul is pretty safe out in the open there, not really subject to much ganking if you DC there. So. But next Slash is rotating down with the rest of the team. They're trying to group up a little bit in terms of getting this offensive bruiser camp. And actually, Squirtle Squad didn't even see this happen. They were caught off guard here, and they're probably going to lose this fort here as a result.
Most definitely. A handful of pokes from Crunk Juice and Special T, and that fort is down. And now there's 3 dangerous pumpkin sappers pushing that bottom lane. This might be a situation for Rag to use his ult. He's got that Flame Wave in reserve. That's probably a little bit it's a little bit much right now, but they do isolate Crunk Juice, push him to the north, but there's the lava wave. It catches, looks like Tychus, and only Tychus. Special T is dangerously low. Swabs McGee giving chase, but the members of Brawls Deep push from the north and drive back Squirtle Squad, saving Special T for the moment. Toon Slim, again, dangerously deep with Neck Slash and Murden going. Crunk Juice just going ham in the backline with that Avatar. Manages to secure a kill on Gul'dan, and they also pick off Brightwing, so that's 2 for nothing. And, you know, Squirtle Squad now is a 3 altar spawn. They're down 2 members. It's going to be an easy pickup potentially in this middle lane altar. And we're seeing the members of Brawls Deep go aggressively to the Squirtle Squad side and look to pick up that second altar.
Well, this is the end of the game if they finish all 3 channels here.
Yeah, and Ragnaros does pop Molten Core in the mid lane here. That does give him the range to interrupt the near side altar. They should be able to lock this one in now, or at least defend adequately until Brightwing can come back up. Brightwing is en route, ports in onto Diablo, and now we dance. Toon Slim dangerously low. Crystal Aegis is popped, and they're going to continue to push forward. Next Slash versus Toon Slim as Swabs McGee sort of takes the tanking role. Fantastic Horrify catches half the team. Zarya does go down, but Diablo falls in return. And Crunk Juice is also now in the front line, taking a heap of damage, gets polymorph, but does manage to survive, as it looks like Brawls Deep is just going to withdraw here. They're down a member. Diablo was able to hustle back. He had the souls sufficient for that respawn, and Ember caps the altar, preventing the end of the game here, giving Squirtle Squad that opportunity to scrap back into it here.
Absolutely. So Toon Slim right immediately down to the bottom fort to try to cap it, prevent a insta-loss. So that's a 4v4 now. I'm sorry, 4 shots on the sorry.
4 shots per altar, yeah.
Per altar, sorry.
Yeah, so no single altar can end the game.
As of this moment in time.
Phase.
Yes.
Yeah, as of this moment in time.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. We'll see if RNGesus is feeling beneficial here for Squirtle Squad.
Oh, and
Crunk
Juice
Juice in deep manages to catch Revolve to solve, but the immediate steal and save from Cripsy does prevent any kill. A wonderful Void Prism does keep some members locked in there, and now it's a complete bloodbath. They managed to isolate Crunk Juice on the left-hand side there. Does Squirtle Squad, and both teams are kind of split up here. Squirtle Squad manages to consolidate in the middle near the altar, and they find Malfurion. A critical kill here. Revolve to solve, though, getting poked down by the Zarya, is killed, and it's a 1-for-1 trade. Crunk Juice dangerously low. Toon Slim dangerously low. Both teams scrapping it out. Toon Slim trying to get out. They polymorph the Muradin and secure the kill. And it is a follow-up now onto the Tychus. Tychus brought low. Toon Slim still surviving with like handfuls of HP. I can't believe it. And it is a 3-for-2 with Brightwing and Gul'dan down on Squirtle Squad. A Muradin, Tychus, and Malfurion down for Brawls Deep. Brightwing's going to be able to port right back in about 18 seconds. Gul'dan is going to be up in 5. This altar should eventually go to Squirtle Squad, but the poke from Zarya and the potential, interrupts from Zeratul are going to be a constant nuisance here.
Yeah, this should be extremely difficult for either team to cap. They are desperate to just take this, and honestly, they are on even talent tiers. It's a 5v5 now. The alts are all actually the alts are in favor of Squirtle Squad, so this is going to be a protracted fight here. Squirtle Squad coming out.
They catch Zarya, and Muradin dives in. A great polymorph keeps him under control here. And Crystal Aegis is popped. Void Prison is also popped by Next Slash. Ember dangerously low. Next Slash goes in and secures the kill. Toon Slim also dangerously low. And it looks like, oh my goodness, Brawls Deep just steamrolling through this and securing this altar. Wow.
Yeah,
and they're wow. They're actually going to win the game right here.
They're going to win the game. They're going to take down this fort and then cap and actually secure the game here. So
the delays from FZ Ignition and the Next Slash, keeping the 3 members of Suicide. I keep calling them Suicide Squad, of Squirtle Squad. Preoccupied, keeping them from capping this bottom altar. let them lock this game away here at the 16-minute mark. Excellent work from Brawls Deep here. Wow.
Absolutely.
Game 1, Brawls Deep.
Whew. What a game indeed. So where do we start?
Let's see here. Do we let Brawls Deep have Zarya? We've seen 2 games. Granted, it's only been 2 games, but we've seen 2 games with Zarya here, and it has been just devastating.
Mm-hmm.
Her support abilities have been on the money. Her damaging abilities have been on the money here. Interrupts on Towers of Doom. So if you're a pro div team, taking notes, trying to get in on Brawls Deep's thought processes, do not let them have Zarya on this map.
Yeah.
Don't let them have Zarya. Actually, don't let them have anything. Actually, don't play them.
don't play Brawls Deep.
just don't. But Squirtle Squad, we saw a number of scrappy team fights from them where they were almost able to bring it back, but their inability to push out that Zeratul and to push out that Zarya. Those were 2 heroes they just could not finish.
Mm-hmm.
They got finishes on Malfurion. They got finishes on Tychus, but Zeratul was so slippery. The next Slash, the only hero in the game who did not die, going 2-14-0 in that game, just absolute nuisance and just completely impossible for them to deal with. So Brawls Deep gets the next map pick here. And I'm assuming they're communicating with you there, partner.
Oh, no.
I'm going to pour myself another drink after that one. So, any other thoughts about Towers of Doom here? About that game in particular?
Ooh, I was going to say, Diablo really took a lot of damage.
Yeah. Do you think... Do you feel that the rag was worth it? I feel like there were some lava waves that were not used. I feel like. Do you feel like lava wave was the right pick there? That's one question I want to ask you.
Hold on, map. Sorry, they had a question if it was loser picks or they picked the next map.
I'm assuming it's a typical best of 3, but that might be I might have overstepped myself there.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. But do you think the lava wave was the correct ult there? Given
I don't know if
how few of the fights actually occurred in lanes, and I feel like I saw maybe 2 lava waves get used over the course of that game.
2 visible ones. Yeah, no, you're right, 2. And the D ability to take on a fort in this particular instance, since no forts actually get destroyed permanently, there is no opportunity for Ragnaros to take on, a broken fort. So that's a serious detriment to his ability.
But you can still take over a
friendly fort,
an intact fort, a friendly fort.
Yeah, but if they're pushing in your friendly fort, they're in the wrong place. Let's face it. Like you don't usually pull into a friendly fort, you don't pull into an enemy fort without having the intention of killing it. So,
I just feel like maybe the hammer would have been a more appropriate choice here. I might be mistaken. It's a 3-lane map. You do get a substantial amount of XP from throwing that lava wave out, but we saw it used twice that I saw it. Maybe I just missed it. I certainly miss it often enough when I'm playing the game, but not sure. I have to look at the rag build again. I admittedly did not look at it enough during the course of the game.
Do you still have it up?
I do not, unfortunately.
Okay. Sorry.
It's no big deal. Well, I'll be looking at that replay. I'll be looking at both of their Towers of Doom replays because I need to learn how to play Zarya on that map.
Well, my question to you also is,
Clearly.
was Gul'dan a good pick? I felt like Gul'dan died pretty early in those engagements, and maybe due to his positioning for and with Malfurion dropping those
maybe, but a lot
roots.
of the fights that Brawls Deep lost, they lost due to Gul'dan fearing them, getting that Horrify off, and isolating the appropriate team member. I feel like there were a number of decent. Horrifies from the Gul'dan that help manage the team fights, help turn them as best as they could be turned into Squirtle Squad's favor. So double check real quick here.
All right. Well, the next map has been picked by Brawls Deep, and I'm gonna go ahead and get our lobby made here.
All right, you wanna do the honors?
Sure. The next map is going to be Cursed Hollow, one of our standby old favorites. Good old.
There's a reason why this is. There's a reason why this is the map that you start the game with now. It's a classic map. It's a standard map. I mean, you can go pretty long periods on this map without the objective directly affecting either team. Like both teams can go 2 for 3 on tributes, and it can take forever. On this map before a curse actually comes into play.
This is the map that they casted Dunk Train and whoever casted with the hot peppers. Oh.
Yep, that was Dunk Train and Zoya.
That's what I
whoever.
No, I'm sorry. I kept thinking Zuna, and I'm like, that's not Zuna. That's not Zuna.
That's not the right.
Can't say Zuna.
Different Z's.
Different Z. Yeah.
Oh my god. There's different Z's, and there's a whole another level of jokes I could make right now, but I'm not gonna go there because I'm a professional, clearly.
All right.
But
take another drink.
Take another drink.
Yeah.
What's it? We gotta get a drinking game going for this. Depending on the heroes that get picked.
Disconnect equals to drink. No.
Yeah, if disconnect equals drink, disconnect should be like finish your drink.
Oh God, please no more disconnects. So far so good. Right?
So far it appears that we've worked out the kinks in the cast. I'm not 100% certain what is going on there, but I just drink the drinks. Synth is the tech guru.
Well, I'm doing a poor job at it apparently.
Don't sell yourself short there, partner. We're doing all right so far.
All right. So get the next draft going here.
We're waiting on one last person from Brawls Deep to join the lobby, and we're gonna get this draft started in just a few minutes here. Cursed Hollow. So
yeah, let's talk about Cursed Hollow.
This is another one of those maps where you have to channel an objective. So, long range pokey heroes like Zarya, Tychus. Hey, pokey. I mean,
pokey means that they're slow, right?
No, those. Pokey? No, they're not slow. That means they're just buddies with Gumby, and that is a reference that one person in this planet will get.
You? No.
Me? Yes.
Right.
So for those of you who have no idea what I'm talking about, there was Gumby. He was green and dude that made of rubber, and he had a horse named Pokey. Who? Please.
Okay.
Anyway. Let's get into this draft in a second here. Both teams got that draft link. They're going to be readying up shortly. But Cursed Hollow, what heroes can we expect with Brawls Deep? Are they going to go? Are they going to keep this stable rolling? Are we going to see Zarya again? Are we going to see Zeratul again? They seem to be having great success, but admittedly, we've only seen them on the same map twice here today. So we'll see.
Yeah, so Cursed Hollow is one of the largest maps in the game. Still is. Hasn't changed. And that's where globals still come back to be one of those things that everyone wants, especially with the rotations that you need to be aware of for the objectives.
They're semi-random. There is a somewhat complex set of rules that the tributes do follow, but at the end of the day, yeah, being able to snap to a tribute quickly is exceedingly valuable on this map.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Many a fight has been decided by who gets there first. You know, where it is. It could be on the opponent's side. There's actually a couple of spots it can spawn, leaning one way or the other. And really, there's a lot of bushes that you can hide in that really determine whether or not you win or lose the fight.
Yeah.
So
I expect to see Dahaka addressed very early in the draft here. His changes over the last week have been like side grades, really. Like I have not seen many. I haven't seen a significant dip or rise in his play style or in his viability. You know, he seems to be doing still pretty well. Still is getting played at high levels of play and at low levels of play. How effective he is at those levels is entirely different matter. But let's see here. Pardon me. Still waiting. Brawls Deep has indicated they're ready. They're waiting on Squirtle Squad. So let's think here, man. So likely to see Dahaka addressed. You know, Brightwing.
Well, I think Brightwing's going to be fought after. I'll be honest with you guys. Brightwing's really good on this map. Her ability to just keep laning until the very last moment, as well as her ability to just reveal a big giant area, and that can really save your team if you're trying to go in for a gank in the bushes. You can check the bushes really quickly.
That's so true. It's so true. And regardless of how your team is approaching the tribute, if your team is there first and your Brightwing ports in, that gives you several seconds of basically free defensive, positioning where like, okay, the enemy team is coming from the left, they're coming from the right, they're coming from that bush, they are, or they're not in the neighborhood at all. Squirtle Squad has indicated they're ready. They are pushing the buttons. Diablo is banned first by Squirtle Squad, and Ragnaros immediately followed up by Brawls Deep. They want none of that chicanery. And it's up to Squirtle Squad with the first pick here to dictate where they want to take this draft.
All right, so I guess this map is much more valuable for Ragnaros, according to Brawls Deep anyway. And Diablo banned out from Squirtle Squad. I wonder if they just don't want him addressed if they're not going to play him.
I mean, I think they're gonna sort of wash their hands of the Diablo from last map, but they don't want to have that power in Brawls Deep's pocket. Dahaka first picked, bam. We talked about how scary he was on this map, and Zarya immediately followed up by Brawls Deep. They love this hero. We're going to see who's going to play this hero. We've seen two different players on this hero so far today. Special T and FC Ignition, if I'm not mistaken. And we will see who ends up on Zarya, playing Zarya on this map.
Yeah, I really think Tychus is going to get picked up here by Squirtle Squad. Tychus is very effective against these dual tank compositions, and he has the poke. He has the ability to single... Yeah, he can drop the mining laser, the Draken laser, at these objective points. He can basically, whoever the laser focuses, they're the target, and they're Malfurion picked up. The roots also would be very valuable here.
Yep, you called it. I'd argue that the Odin is actually more important if you're fighting, if you're offensive and you're trying to actually prevent them from getting a tribute. If the enemy team is dug in, if they're dug in like an Alabama tick, as Jesse the Body Ventura once said in a fantastic film, having that the long range of that Odin for the interrupts consistently is very critical.
Well, I don't know.
Brawl was banned by Brawls Deep. I don't know.
Mhm.
And Rhaegar subsequently almost immediately banned by Squirtle Squad. Rhaegar with the Bloodlust has been an absolute beast on the ladder. If you have not tried him out, the Church of the Rhae God is open. Church is in session again. He has taken the the tithes. He has taken ladder points from the nerds, and so no orcs. Second ban phase was no orcs allowed. No.
Yeah. So I think Brightwing might be picked up here. If they're going to do the globals with the Dahaka, Brightwing would be the valuable healer, especially to be picked out here. But they're in no hurry to pick it up. They really don't need to worry about Malfurion. I mean, I guess they should probably pick it up this phase. Tyrael,
that's three tanks into Tychus.
Yeah, they have something here. I know, you got a lot of zone control. Okay, I guess they are gonna save their healer for last. It could be Ariel as well, just FYI. No.
Oh, that lasted long enough. So we see Falstad picked up by Squirtle Squad. And I mean that's their global right there. I feel like at this point, yep.
There's a drinking game.
Yep.
I mean, it lasted through the last game, so we'll call it a win here.
Oh, cheers down the whole thing. Oh god, this is a lot still.
Yeah. But let's address the draft here. Falstad picked up by Squirrel Squad. Globals, man. Global. They needed a global. They needed a laner. They needed somebody to be able to take the single lane for that 4-1 rotation, or just the opportunity to leave somebody in lane.
So here's a question. Are we about to see auto attack Falstad?
Ooh, that's a good question.
That's 3 warriors on the other team.
No, Malfurion.
They need
Malfurion needs Falstad's mage stat to blow somebody up. They don't have. They don't have the burst right now.
Tailwind plus an Innervate. I mean, do cooldowns even exist at that point?
Yeah,
I mean,
Falstad would just
have cooldowns. Does Falstad just keep throwing that Q back and forth over and over again? Stop! It is indeed hammer time. So Squirtle Squad going down to their last seconds here with their last pick, and they go with Chen. Wow.
I'm assuming that's correct. We'll see.
I hope so. It's like Toon Slim is having some connection issues. They got dropped here, but they'll be coming back. And there's the Brightwing, as you mentioned, for Brawls Deep. Been on the money with some of these draft picks here, partner.
Well, I mean, going through their the logic there, it just makes sense. Like Brightwing doesn't. Okay, Chen is confirmed correct.
Cool.
Yeah, I was gonna say they needed some more beef in terms of Squirrel Squad's team. They had Tychus at ETC, but ETC is one of the relatively squishier tanks.
That's 3 warriors, Li Ming, and Brightwing.
Well, that means Li Ming is very safe.
Li Ming is very safe. Li Ming's fine. I mean, the question is, like, I mean, is Brightwing going to be able to handle the potential damage coming out of these heroes on Squirtle Squad?
Well, we'll see. I mean,
that's a lot. That's a lot of potential damage. Tychus and Falstad can lay the hurt on somebody.
Yeah.
And Brightwing really doesn't have. Brightwing has 1 heal.
No, but you have to remember. You have to remember. Dahaka can heal himself. Zarya has shields.
True.
And Tyrael also is a support in the Korean meta.
Yes,
this
is true.
So they have a lot of sustain, relatively speaking. They really can just.
I mean, if
draw
Li Ming
the
takes dominance,
out.
Yeah, if Li Ming takes dominance, there's some self heals there. You're not incorrect. No. So at the end of the day, Brawls Deep has the combined, equivalents of 2 supports versus Squirtle Squad's 1. But man, they are going to be starved for actual healing in this game. We'll have to see how this goes about.
I want to see. You know what I want to see? I want to see the coins one from Brightwing. The
bribe build.
Bribe. Thank you. I couldn't think of the. Word there. I want to see the bribe build from Brightwing. I mean, there's
very
potential.
aggressive, very beneficial camps on this map. Pardon me. Brightwing going for the utterly terrifying
Monkey.
monkey skin. That is horrible. I will see that in my nightmares. So I don't know. Brawls Deep with a 3-warrior build. They a 3-warrior composition. They are going absolutely tank crazy here. Let's take a guess here. I mean, I assume Tyrael is going to take Sanctification again, but I can assume nothing right now. Are we going to see a potential judgment from Tyrael?
No.
Do you think it makes sense against the composition the Squirtle Squad has?
No. With Li Ming, with 3 melee like warriors essentially. There no. You leave your Sank as a secondary emergency button. Brightwing has the first one, and this actually enables you to sort of Sank and then Emerald Wind, and actually you would then be able to just disengage and basically find your way out of any situation.
And I mean, Zarya has a very versatile tool in her ultimate, either taking the Graviton or taking the Expulsion Zone. I mean, she can do whatever she wants with that. But so let's get this show on the road. In the left-hand corner here, wearing the blue trunks, we got Brawls Deep. We got FC Ignition on Zarya, Crunk Juice on Tyrael, Special T on Li Ming, Tiger on Brightwing, and the next Slash on Dahaka. And in the red corner, on the right-hand side here, playing for Team Squirtle Squad, we've got Ember on Malfurion, Cripsy on Tychus, Swabs Magoo on Chen, Toon Slim on ETC, and Revolve the Solve on Falstad. And taking an unusual route around the enemy team, they go ham in the mid lane here. Toon Slim taking a little bit of heat, but, you know, he's ETC. He just keeps rocking. He don't care. And both teams, you know, they scrap it out in mid, they get some damage in, and proceed to their respective lanes. We see Dahaka and Falstad in top lane here versus, you know, 3 members in bot lane for Brawls Deep with Swabs McGee on the Chen, looking to make the most of that situation.
Yeah, and you know what? Toon Slim actually took Prog Rock. I'd like to point that out. Ooh, and a lot of damage going down to the bottom fort wall there.
The next Slash picked up and top. Toon Slim hustling out with a handful of hit points. That was a clever little move. They managed to isolate and keep that Dahaka, you know, sort of just bouncing around between the power slides and the follow-up W stun. Dahaka was kind of stuck there. So nice win for Squirtle Squad. I keep saying Suicide Squad.
But actually, that evens out the XP, if you notice. Even taking down those 2 fort walls, that one death basically equaled that out. So I think that was a good decision coming out of Squirtle Squad to just basically
One thing
focus.
to note, though, is that the fountain is down for Squirtle Squad in the bot lane. So if a bot lane tribute does pop up, that's going to really affect the longevity of any fights in this bottom area. It's going to make it difficult in the long run for Squirtle Squad to maintain in these fights. But both teams approaching level 4. We're going to be having the first tribute spawn in a handful of seconds here. And right now, I'm thinking a peek at the talents real quick. Zarya going for that Q build yet again. They really like this Q build for interrupts, and I can't blame them. It's so good. And we got that Haloran in the chat. What up, bro? Thanks for joining us. Thank you all for joining us. We appreciate you guys joining us on this cast here. It's always awesome having people to watch this chair loop with us. So Squirtle Squad in position, but Ember is picked by the next Slash. Gets that tongue action in. It's not even the first date, but it is a gigantic brawl here in the bot lane, and it is the Li Ming that is felled. That's Special T down. And the members of Brawls Deep hustling out, trying to retreat as Squirtle Squad is looking for any other subsequent picks. Ember is channeling the objective, but is interrupted by Zarya and Brightwing. They are really scrapping this out despite being a man down. Li Ming only just now coming back into the fray. Crunk Juice is getting dangerously low, but is chasing Ember vigorously, but that is one dead Tyrael. He's going to do that thing where he turns into a ghost and explodes, but it does not really generate any anything for Brawls Deep, but Special T suddenly back alive, does get the kill on to
Surprise.
Malvarian. Surprise! And Brawls Deep does actually catch that first tribute spawn. So despite the initial loss of their primary damage dealer, they do manage to eke out a kill and stabilize. And Brawls Deep with the first tribute. Both teams even in XP. Squirtle Squad with a handful of extra kills in their favor, but sort of status quo antebellum here as both teams return to the laning.
And actually, they are extremely even right now. I mean, we're seeing pretty much dead even on the XP meters. 3 kills to 1 on the kill count, but that really doesn't mean much because, especially at this early state.
We're seeing an inch. I want to call attention to the bigger they are from Tychus. So I like this against Brightwing. Brightwing has absolutely no means of like filling up a single HP pool. So they're going to find one person. Expect the Tychus to find one person. Cripsy is going to isolate one target, burn that target down from 100% HP down to maybe even 40, 20, who knows how much damage she'll get in. And Brightwing will have no answer there. Second tribute spawning in the bot lane here. Dahaka's going to soak top lane a little bit more. Revolve to Solve going in really hard with that flight. Does manage to sneak out there, though. And we've got ourselves a battle in bot lane. Next Slash taking a load of damage. Does manage to get Cripsy, but a money cleanse from Ember does save Tychus there. And that is critical for the duration of this engagement, keeping that Tychus up.
Yeah. And Tiger doing a good job of just grabbing the tribute in the back here, while the heavy front line just pushes the other team away. I mean, literally, just like body. Let's take a bouncer and throw.
It's like watching a snow plow, man. It really is. They just got the HP. They just keep moving forward and forward and forward and forward. And it's like, oh crap, what do we do?
Mm-hmm.
I guess we
it's
gotta
those tire chains, man. Having good tire chains. But Special T is really out of position right now, and she might actually get killed here as a result of this. Oh, geez, disconnect.
Yeah, we're off again. During that awesome sequence. All right. So both teams pushing towards level 9. The next tribute, FC Ignition's actually really low. Gets caught in the bot left, and that's a huge kill right now because the third tribute is gonna. Yeah, we gonna drink. We have 52 viewers now, by the way.
Oh, geez. Thank you, Haloran, for bringing in the audience, and hopefully we stop disconnecting. Please. Please. Gods of IT. Hear my call. So anyway, Special T here, first on the site on the position here, and Squirrel Squad actually dominating the front line and really staying in position to avoid getting this picked from under their nose. But this is a vital one for them, as this is a curse point.
Yeah, this is critical here. Both teams dangerously close to level 10. I mean, a curse going in favor of Brawls Deep would be dominant right now. Both teams going in deep. Ember out of position gets picked up really effectively by the next Slash. Lots of damage going out, but Toon Slim is dangerously low and is killed there by the Li Ming combo, and that is all she wrote. Level 10 is going to be picked up in a handful of seconds here by Brawls Deep, and they get the tribute for the curse.
Oh, and Ember just barely escapes out of that Li Ming chase. But actually, yeah, the Toon Gym death there also partially was the responsibility of the tower that they were fighting under, and that tower did the final shot that actually killed Toon Slim. So combination of two different things and a little bit of luck from Brawls Deep side. So they're going to push really hard.
We saw Sanctification actually get used in a really, really odd time there in mid lane. Ember was felled as a result, but I almost feel like that wasn't almost even worth it. Ember was very low to begin with. But Brawls Deep taking a nice, solid lead here. Coming up on level 12. They're almost 2 levels ahead. We're DC'd again.
Oh, jeez.
Dude, this is unbelievable.
I don't know why.
But anyways, so Brawls Deep continuing to push Dahaka in the top lane. The next Slash laying into that top fort, getting a nice little bit of damage here. We see Toonslim actually checking out the bot lane boss in a panic to make sure that nothing was going on there. And Cripsy checking top lane boss to make sure that this map does not go completely out of control. As Brawls Deep is closing in on level 13, they're looking for the next advantage they can glean here, and it is going to be that bot lane boss. Revolve to Solve kind of chilling in a bush here. I'm not really sure what they're expecting. They may go for nothing. They're just waiting for the minion wave to show up. And bot lane boss is claimed by Brawls Deep. We're looking at a panic attempt at getting the top lane boss by Squirtle Squad. Next Slash does sniff it out, and there's about a third of an HP bar left on that boss. Toonslim dangerously low is going to get picked up in the left-hand corner here, and that's going to be a full retreat by Squirtle Squad, and they're going to give this boss up to Brawls Deep for free.
Yep.
Oh, never mind. I lied, and I'm a dirty liar. Li Ming does fall, and Squirtle Squad with the re-engagement. That's actually a huge deal there. That does buy them a lot of time, but that bot
disconnected again.
Yeah, dude, we're really floundering here. Boss in the bot lane is still pounding away at those towers, at that keep wall, as Squirtle Squad desperately tries to push Brawls Deep out of the top lane.
Sorry. I'm going to check on a setting real quick just to see. I'm trying desperately to stay in the...
Well, Swabs McGee does pop the Panda Pals and does manage... I'm just trying to keep us going here.
That's fine.
I have no idea what we're going to say. He does get grabbed by the Haka. Magnificent tongue there, and a follow-up with the Polymorph. The Haka is in no man's land. Next Slash just looking to make some space before he falls, and that is one dead Dahaka. But the momentum is firmly in favor of Brawls Deep right now, with the bot lane keep exposed, a tribute spawning in the bot lane. Squirtle Squad right now using this ban advantage to grab their boss as quickly as they can.
Yeah, and hopefully they'll just be able to take something out of this. They're not going to get to the tribute in time. They're probably going to call it a give here, although they might...
I feel like you have to. They're going to de-push mid lane and try and sort of even themselves out here. They're not falling too far behind in XP, but they're so far behind on the map. They have got to find a way to edge themselves back into this, or it's going to be sort of a slow and painful death here.
Yep.
We're getting hammered here, dude.
Are we disconnected again?
I think so. Well, let's see. We're gonna find out. Maybe.
I didn't get a warning this time.
Hey, there we go. Yep, we good. We good.
Okay.
Sorry,
right.
my stuff had not updated. That's my fault. All right, so Squirtle Squad looking to grab some of these camps, trying to exert some pressure back out onto the map here. Both teams are level 14. I have to commend Squirtle Squad. Despite, losing a tribute, despite losing a boss, they are managing to maintain the XP, admirably here. Like right now, they are dead even with Brawls Deep on XP. And a tribute is spawning in the bot left region there. And we see Brawls Deep in position, Swabs Magoo with that keg toss. And we see Toonslim go right in with the stage dive, immediately polymorph, and has got to find a way to hustle out of there. They are being focused down just viciously by Brawls Deep, and ETC hustling out. There's not a whole lot of places to hide there. There's an enemy fort, which is not a good hiding place, an enemy wall, which is also not a good hiding place. Brawls Deep forcing the members of Squirtle Squad out. They're going to pick up ETC here, and probably also the Bruiser camp. We see FC Ignition moving to deal with that now. Tribute goes in favor of Brawls Deep yet again.
Alrighty, so hopefully no more. Hopefully we stabilize here. Let's see here. So Falstad is just flew right into mid here to address this, and this is very dangerous. He had to use his gust in order to disengage because the rest of Brawls Deep immediately rotated up to try to address him, and without the rest of Squirtle Squad, you know, Falstad was in a very bad spot. So they now have 16 advantage for a few more seconds. That's the end of that.
And it's gone.
And it's gone. And another curse tribute. It has spawned. Let me point this out. There have been 0 tributes collected from Squirtle Squad. They have been unable to collect any of these tributes. That's
the 3-tank front line has been just absolutely critical in locking down the members of Squirtle Squad and giving Tiger the opportunity to cap in the back. We saw
that snowplow. Look at the snowplow. They're pushing. They're literally pushing them like from the objective point. They're not even on the objective point at this juncture.
They revolved assault, considering that cheeky back cap, but you know, Specialty remembers. Oh, Falstad is still here. Gus does manage to pop back in at the last moment here. Brightwing is spelled. Tychus is killed in response. Chen falls as well. And the members of Brawls Deep and Squirtle Squad, bruised and bloody, trying to reset, trying to right themselves. ETC falls on Squirtle Squad. And that's going to be another tribute in favor of Brawls Deep. That's going to be the second curse. The second consecutive curse for Brawls Deep.
Yeah, Squirtle Squad are just unable to catch a break here. They're just, they keep getting bodied, literally, by these. And Crunk Juice, wow, staying way too long with very little HP, just taking that last wave. He should be being right about now, yeah. And Zarya is rotating down. Actually, she's just taking. They're doing a split push. They are getting really greedy right now.
I mean, at this point, you know, their main lockdown tank is just now coming up. ETC is up. He does stage dive in on Tiger. A huge amount of damage goes off. Tiger with a bubble manages to get it from Zarya and survive for a few more moments. But that is one dead Brightwing, and she had only just now come back. But that is one dead Brightwing, and the push from Brawls Deep kind of blunted there with that kill. That was a critical one for Squirtle Squad.
Yeah. And 2 ults used, though, for 1 kill. And the other boss is coming right back up, so they actually... That was not a retreat. That was a tactical retreat.
Advancing in the other direction. Toon Slim is just going to spot this out just in time for it to be an absolute disaster. Does get pinned by Crunk Juice, actually, and a huge amount of damage going on to Toon Slim. We saw Cleanse get popped on Toon Slim to enable that escape. Zarya is spelled ETC in response, and that's a lot of damage keeping out Crunk Juice, leaning forward, trying to find somebody, and they do isolate. It looks like Cripsy. Crunk Juice is going to fall, though, in a moment and try and pick up another kill. Ember, dangerously low, is killed by the explosion. And that is one boss grinding down that bot keep with only 2 members of Squirtle Squad left standing as a 4-for-4 trade occurs. The next slash actually pushing forward to delay Chen's retreat. We're down again.
Yeah.
And there we go, we're back up. And boss is actually going to start pushing core in just a moment.
Yep. So this is pretty rough. This might actually take the core down to about half health, especially at 17 minutes. Hopefully our connection will stay with us long enough to see the end of this game here without any more interruptions. Well, no, of course not. Well, actually, I don't know. I can't count number of seconds.
So the boss does about 10% of the core health damage there before it is brought down by the members of Squirtle Squad. Bot keep was felled, so expect that lane to be a constant source of frustration for Squirtle Squad. That bot boss is now a win condition. It's going to be several minutes before it's up again. 3 minutes and 15 seconds to be exact. But expect the members of Brawls Deep to be eyeing that up with, you know, rapt attention. We're down again. And let's see what... Jeez, man. But top lane boss is now suddenly a threat. We see a tribute spawning in the top lane. Tiger already in position to grab that. Level 20 picked up finally by Squirtle Squad. They're going to lock those talents in quickly and potentially look for something. Special T does blink out of Roots. What a play, but is subsequently brought up down by Revolve to Solve. And that is a big kill, actually. Leaning down for 61 seconds. Crunk Juice also dangerously low. Did Brawls Deep overextend here? They get 2 kills very quickly.
Yeah. I think they might have. They might have gotten a little too confident. They are on even talent tiers.
But those deaths are critical. That's a lot of the damage and a lot of the engagement tools from Brawls Deep. We see Squirtle Squad getting the boss in the top lane, and we see Dahaka soaking bottom, dealing with those two siege bros there. And Revolve to Solve's gonna Hearth. They'll expect him to fly right back into top lane, but this push in top lane could be exactly what the doctor ordered for Squirtle Squad.
But the boss does have to get through a full health fort.
They find Tiger. The Roots, though, do miss, and Tiger does hustle out. But that's a late game boss. That's an almost 20-minute boss. That thing is going to go right through that fort in no time.
Yeah. You know, as Brawls Deep, there's actually an opportunity here to sort of backdoor the core. If this is played out correctly.
I don't know if it's got enough HP.
Well, with Sank, there's
I still think it's got too much HP, even for a Sank cheese there.
Okay, fair
Boss
enough.
is pushing top lane. It's
and
let's go down.
a very aggressive stage dive coming in from Toon Slim, and yeah, hopefully that's. Let's see here.
Oh wow, that Sanctification kind of wasted by Crunk Juice. We do see them re-engage, push right in. Crunk Juice looking for Cripsy, and Revolve to Solve so low on HP. Special T goes in, they get 3 for 1, and that is a huge win for Brawls Deep. The Death Metal, though, does stall things out a bit, but Swabs Magoo falls, and that is a 5-man team wipe.
And this is... Yep.
That's probably a game right there.
Yeah, that's probably a game. Dahaka is already down there with the 2 globals from Brightwing and Dahaka. This is probably the end of the game. Dahaka can definitely keep himself up from with the 2 Winions, Catapult Winions here. This is probably the end of the game. So that was a great attempt at a comeback from Squirtle Squad, but just unfortunately, it was too little, too late, with no curses picked up from Squirtle Squad. It was just not enough to survive.
Yeah, a absolutely ferocious match from Brawls Deep. I mean, we saw it. We joked about it. Oh, don't give them Zarya, and suddenly just wham out of nowhere, FC Ignition laying it on thick yet again. And you got to give it to the next Slash. Just soaking that XP, taking a lot of damage too. But that snowplow meta, the 3 aggressive, we're coining it right now.
Yeah, snowplow meta.
The snowplow meta with 3 warriors, 1 solid assassin, so good, 71,000 damage from the Li Ming. 3 warriors, 1 assassin, and 1 healer, just able to push and zone and contain the members of Suicide Squad long enough for Tiger to get those tributes and secure those pushes. Those were just devastating pushes.
Yeah, absolutely. Wow. I mean, Brawls Deep almost looked like they were about to lose there for a moment.
That was pretty wild. That part where they lost those 2 critical members, they lost their damage, and they lost I think it was Tyrael. And it was like, now what? Like, now suddenly we can get boss, we can push top lane, we can get in there. But unfortunately, it just did not play out for Squirtle Squad. Brawls Deep was able to recover. They were able to recuperate and win that team fight, that critical team fight in the top lane. Peek real quick here. some of these talents. Some of these.
Yeah, let's talk about these talents real quick. So Sanctification used maybe once, twice,
I saw it a handful of times.
Yeah.
It was used. It was actually used
or
very
effectively.
liberally.
Mhm.
It was used liberally by Crunk Juice. We saw a lot of sanctifications affecting 1-2 individuals, but if that's blocking damage, it's blocking damage.
Mhm.
I mean, if it's keeping the right individual up, that's all that really matters.
Absolutely.
We saw a ton of damage coming from Tychus, but it was actually the Falstad that did the most damage on Squirtle Squad with that Mage Stab build: Gathering Storm, Boomerang, Flow Rider, and Airy Gusts.
Absolutely.
So, I have to say it's difficult. Brawls Deep, man.
Oh,
They
absolutely.
are one good group. So
History shows.
yeah,
History shows that they are extremely talented at what they do here. So, interestingly enough, no cleanse picked up by Brightwing. I was actually very surprised by that.
I mean, of all the healers, that's probably the least. That's probably the one that you give up the most on at level 7. With those
alternate picks.
That's the one you give up that's the one you give up cleanse. Give up the most on with cleanse. We saw. Sorry, I got distracted by a message there. I saw the Mystified picked up by Brightwing, which I feel is probably the most. I really like taking Mystified at 7. Level 7's a big talent for them.
And it really ups the healing amount. I mean, you see the 52k in healing really matching Malfurion, and Malfurion has a lot of healing typically because of his heals are usually very efficient due to the fact that they are heals over time. So, yeah, definitely a good match. Now, here's the question. Twilight Dream, I didn't see that. We disconnected again. Damn it.
And I'm suddenly getting Discord notifications out of nowhere. I don't know who's
probably
typing,
streamer mode. That's me. Wait, no, it's not me.
Anyways. Any last words before we sign off here?
Well, I think, there was a valiant effort coming out of Squirrel Squad. The Chen did a great job of, working with ETC. I don't know if ETC necessarily was the right choice, though, or even without, like, Mosh.
I mean, there's a lot that could potentially interrupt Mosh.
Oh, absolutely. I agree completely. But the potential for Mosh is often, a positional advantage. And even if you never hit any Moshes, you're able to just, throw your weight around a little bit more. And that's what they needed. They needed some way to throw their weight around against that snowplow meta. So yeah. And hopefully I can figure out the stupid OBS thing. But with that, that should do it for us. Next game is Halorans in at 6 p.m. Pacific, which is 9 p.m. Eastern. That's in, what, an hour?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah. So, be sure to check him out, and have a good evening, everyone. Any last words? You type?
Yep. Feel free if you enjoyed our stuff. Feel free to follow the stream here on Synth Paradox's channel. We're also on Twitter. I'm NewType2K6. He's Synth Paradox. I also have my own Twitch channel, so feel free to follow us if you liked what we had, and we hope to see you again later.
Yeah, in between the disconnects. All right, see y'all.
Cheers.